I know you said on Tuesday you want to approach this weekend the same as you would Ipswich, but from a player's mental attitude, because of this game and what it can be like in the FA Cup, do they have to approach it in a slightly different way themselves?
It's a really good question, Robin. I can't speak for 20 plus players. One thing I really like about the group is how balanced we are as a collective unit in terms of staff, wider staff, and players. I understand your question. I think there may be some of that, maybe with one or two. I'm guessing, by the way. But I'm really, in fact, I'm super confident that the approach will be like any other game, and it's something that as soon as we come in, we got straight away. You have to give the opponent the utmost respect. They're there on merit. They're in the same round we're in on merit. I've had experiences of playing against these teams in that pyramid. When I was at Ipswich, we'd play in the Suffolk Cup and we'd play our local teams down there, and you know, it's a brilliant atmosphere. It's the game of their lives. You've got real hard working guys that are out working, know what it's like to what tough opportunities come around, and the effort and application you get for that. Like we will have a really tough game. I've spoke to a few people that have got similar games and they're like, bloody hell, I'm really worried about Saturday. So I get it, it's a tough game, but we have to treat it like our preparation will be the exact same.
And do you have to almost not get drawn into what they want from the game? So, you know, they'll be wanting to put everything on the line and wanting to play their own brand of football. How important is it you don't get dragged into that and keep with your principles?
Yeah, I mean, apologies for everybody listening. We've talked about this a lot. I hope I don't pay off the Plymouth manager and the Sheffield Wednesday and the Portsmouth guy, because I keep saying about Ipswich being the best. There's some great teams in our league, but we approach all them big games the same. Likewise, when we play teams that people think we should beat, we approach them. It's always 70-80% about us, and Saturday will be the exact same.
And the FA Cup for you, what does it mean to you as heading into it now as a head coach rather than as a player? Amazing. Like. You know, I was a big fan growing up. I talked about it with some guys on the radio today. You know, growing up watching the FA Cup was like one of the key moments of your footballing calendar. You know, I can remember the '86 Cup final like it was yesterday with Liverpool, Everton, and '88 with, you know, Wimbledon and Laurie Sanchez, and just lots of famous. It's just an amazing. We were talking about today, like if you think about, shouldn't really say this on, if you think about big teams getting knocked out, like when Wrexham beat Arsenal, and sadly poor Ronnie Radford passed away with Hereford, and they're iconic games that we can all recognise, but it's because it was the FA Cup. So that's how I was as a fan, and then to play in it and now be a coach in it is actually, I don't mind admitting this, people might think give you a head a wobble, but it's a really proud moment for me. On Saturday to be a head coach taking a team, and that I'm really looking forward to it. And do you think because of Lincoln's history in this competition in the last few years, it adds pressure as a football club, because you're known, like, you know, you've talked about Hereford and Wrexham, there always, you go back to those moments, and Lincoln has that moment as well. Does that add pressure? Not pressure, but it's something I'm aware of. Before I came to the club, when I was talking to the club, something we talk about as a collective when we talk in board meetings and stuff, like, you know, the cup competitions are something the club's very proud of, and it's something we want to take very seriously, and I think we've shown that this year by how we've approached the Papa John's, by how we've approached the League Cup, and we'll do the same in the FA Cup, but especially after the run. I mean, the reason we're here where we are in this beautiful building is because of the FA Cup, so it's something we're all very passionate about.